Okay students, let us move forward and solve one more numerical based on the concept of design of spur gear. Right? Okay, let us read the question and find the given data such that we can think of how to approach towards the solution. Right? A reciprocating compressor is to be connected. Okay, there is one reciprocating compressor. That compressor is to be connected to an electric motor. We have a reciprocating compressor and it is to be connected to an electric motor with the help of spur gears. Right? We are utilizing spur gears to connect electric motors, means obviously those shafts on which these two gears are to be mounted will be parallel to each other. That means the shaft of the compressor and the shaft of electric motor should be parallel, right? Okay, the distance between the shaft is 500 mm. The distance between the shaft is 500 mm. The speed of the electric motor is 900 rpm. Speed of electric motor is 900 rpm and the speed of compressor shaft is desired to be 200 rpm. Now the speed of electric motor is 900 rpm. The speed of the speed of compressor shaft is 200 rpm. So can I say that the speed of electric motor is more as compared to the speed of compressor shaft? That means can I say that the gear mounted on the electric motor will be of smaller pitch circle diameter, right? So can I say that this is the gear mounted on electric motor and connected to it is the gear mounted on the compressor shaft which is having a speed of 200 rpm. So we have the compressor, right? Now can I say that this may be the shaft of the electric motor and shaft of compressor? The distance between both shafts, that is center distance between both shaft is given, and that distance is how much? 500. Okay, how much? 500 mm. So this distance is 500 mm. Now this we understood that the speed of the gear mounted on the electric motor is more. That means its pitch circle diameter may be lesser one. So just we can name it that the smaller gear may be the pinion. Right now let this motor be, let the shaft mounted on the shaft of let the gear be mounted on the shaft of the motor be pinion, and the gear mounted on the compressor, let it be called as gear. Right? Now we know that we are given with some data in which the speed of NP, speed of pinion, is 900 rpm and speed of gear NG is 200 rpm, right? And from this given data we can find out the velocity ratio, right? So can I say that velocity ratio, say VR, will be equal to NP upon NG, and it will be equal to NP upon NG will be equal to 900 upon 200, that is 9 by 2, that is 4.5, and this velocity ratio in terms of number of teeth will be TG by TP, right? And in terms of pitch circle diameters, it will be equal to pitch circle diameter of gear upon pitch circle diameter of pinion, right? So this is the hidden data which we have to find out from the speeds, right? Okay, let us move forward. So we were somewhere here. The torque to be transmitted is 5000 Newton meter, right? So the torque, say torque T is 5000 Newton meter. Okay, the starting torque, okay, the starting torque as 25% more than the normal torque. So while starting the motor we require more torque, right? So that is your starting torque. The starting torque is greater by 1.5 times of the normal torque. So this given data, that is torque is 5000 Newton meter, this is your normal torque. So can I say that the maximum torque T max that is required during starting of the motor is nothing but it is equal to 25% more than this given torque is nothing but 1.25 times torque, that is 5000. And when we solve this, we must get 5000, 6000 something, right? So 6250 Newton meter, 6250 Newton meter is the maximum torque. Now the torque to be transmitted this much, taking torque as 25% more than the normal torque, determine the things which we have to find out is, the first thing we have to find module M, face width of the gears. Second thing we have to find is face width, that is B of that gear. Okay, face width of the gears using 20-degree stub teeth. Again we are given with some data, that is phi, that is pressure angle is 20 degree and type of gear is stub teeth. And again the second thing which we have to find out is number of teeth and pitch circle diameter of each gear. Number of teeth of and pitch circle diameter of each gears, that is number of teeth on pinion, how much, number of teeth on gear, again we have to find out, the pitch circle diameter of pinion, say dp, we have to find out, and pitch circle diameter of gear dg we have to find out, right? Okay, the thing given is assume suitable values of velocity factor and Lewis factor, right? Velocity factor, that is cv, and Lewis factor, factor is your tooth form factor y, that values has to be assumed. No, it is given that it has to be assumed. Now the previously given data we have not written, so write down. A reciprocating compressor is to be connected to an electric motor with the help of the gear. The distance between the shaft is 500 mm. Distance between the shaft, that is center distance, is 500 mm. So this distance we have the center distance as 500 mm. The speed of the electric motor is 900 and speed of the compressor shaft is, okay, this data, okay, all the data is with us. The thing which we have to find out is module, face width, then number of teeth on pinion, gear, and pitch circle diameters, right? Okay, if we can find out the module will give me all other values, right? And we know that the module is determined by using Levy's equation, right? Now Levy's equation or Levy's equation states that the tangential load Wt is equal to sigma 0 into Cv into B into pi into m into y, right? Now this expression is to be used for solving or to find out the value of m, that is module. Now in this expression Wt is nothing but your tangential load. That Wt is your tangential load, which is found out by using the expression Wt equals to P by V into service factor Cs, right? Wt equals to power upon linear velocity or pitch line velocity V into service factor Cs, right? And sigma 0 is static load, Cv is velocity factor, which is found by using the relation which is dependent on the pitch line velocity, right? In the very first video of design of spur gear, I have derived the equation for Levy's equation, in which the different equations for finding Cv has been given, right? So better go through that video and see and learn to find Cv. B is your face width is in terms of module, By, and this Y is tooth form factor, which again has some values dependent upon number of teeth, right? So we have to find out V, Vw. When we substitute all these values here, we can find out M, right? Now for finding or to find all other values, we will require Wt. Wt is nothing but P by V into Cs. Power, since we are given with torque, we will require V to be calculated. We know that V is nothing but pi dN by 60. For diameter, for pinion it will be dP by np, and for gear it will be equal to pi dg into ng upon 60. So pitch line velocity we can find out using this relation, but speed of pinion is there. We don't have the diameter, pitch circle diameter of pinion, neither we have the diameter of gear, but we are given with the center distance. Can I say that center distance say CD is nothing but radius of pinion plus radius of gear. Radius of pinion is nothing but diameter of pinion by 2 plus of diameter of gear by 2, right? Now can I say that center distance is given as 500 mm, so center distance is 500 mm equals to diameter of pinion plus diameter of gear. Now use this relation, velocity ratio is equal to 4.5 and 4.5 is equal to dg by dp. Can I say that dg is equal to 4.5 times dp? Right now we have the relation as velocity ratio is equal to diameter of gear upon pitch circle diameter of pinion. Velocity ratio is 4.5 equals to diameter of gear upon diameter of pinion. So can I say that diameter of gear is nothing but 4.5 times diameter of pinion? So use this relation over here, that is diameter of pinion plus of diameter of gear can be substituted as 4.5 times diameter of pinion upon 2, right? Or we can say that 1000, right? 500 into 2 is 1000 mm equals to 4.5 plus 5 plus dp, 1 dp, that is 5.5 diameter of pinion, and when we solve this we get diameter of pinion equals to 1000 upon 5.5. so we can say that diameter of pinion will be equal to, right, 1000 upon 5.5. the expression will give me the diameter of pinion, and the diameter of pinion to be found out is 180 mm. So diameter of pinion, we have got one unknown, that is pitch circle diameter of pinion. Pitch circle diameter of pinion which we were supposed to determine is 180 mm. 180 mm. We have pitch circle diameter of pinion. Now we know that diameter of gear, pitch circle diameter of gear is 4.5 times pitch circle diameter of pinion. So pitch circle diameter of gear is nothing but 4.5 times pitch circle diameter of pinion is 180 mm. So 180 diameter of gear will be equal to 180 into 4.5 gives me the value of 820 mm. 820 mm. So here we get the pitch circle diameter of gear. The pitch circle diameter of gear is 820 mm, right? So we have dp, we have dg, two unknowns are found, right? Okay, the thing is, the purpose why we were supposed to determine the diameters, pitch circle diameters, was to find out the pitch line velocities. So go for next thing and find out the pitch line velocities, right? So let me rub this. Okay, let it be Lewis factor, velocity factor and Lewis factor has to be assumed, right? Now velocity factor and Lewis factor has to be assumed. So let me rub this question so that we will have some space to solve our question, right? Now can I say that the pitch line velocity pitch line velocity, that is small v, is nothing but it is equal to pi dn by 60, and when we take the pitch circle diameter of pinion, the speed of pinion is to be taken. So we get velocity equals to pi into pitch circle diameter of pinion dp we have 180 mm. When we convert it into meters, because since velocity should be in meter per second, right? So pi 0.180 into speed of pinion is 900 upon 60. So solve for pitch line velocity. We get pitch line velocity in meter per second as the velocity is 8.6 meter per second. 8.6 meter per second. We have pitch line velocity as this much. Lekin why we found pitch line velocity was to find this thing, that is CV, right? That is the velocity factor, and it is given in question that the velocity factor has to be assumed, right? Now we have different expressions for CV, right? Now CV equals to 3 upon 3 plus V, CV equals to 6 upon 6 plus V, based upon the pitch line velocities. And for velocity less than 12.5 meter per second, the value of CV, that is the velocity factor, CV is equal to, its expression is 3 upon 3 plus V. So when we solve for CV equals to 3 upon 3 plus linear velocity is 8.6, we get final value CV equals to 0.26. CV is 0.26. So CV that was supposed to be assumed, we have found its value as 0.26. So CV equals to 0.26, that is the velocity factor, right? We are here with velocity factor. Okay, we have CV. Now what about sigma 0? Now in question, at none of the place it is given that the static stress value of the gear material or pinion material is this much, right now? So that value has to be assumed. Now we have two cases, either to consider both gear and the pinion of same material, या फिर gear और pinion को हम अलग अलग मटेरियल कंसिडर करेंगे, राइट ना? हम दो केसेस कंसिडर कर सकते हैं कि gear और pinion दोनों सेम मटेरियल के हैं. दूसरी केस हो सकती है कि gear और pinion ये दोनों भी अलग अलग मटेरियल के हैं. अगर दोनों भी सेम मटेरियल के हैं तो हम जो स्ट्रेंथ फैक्टर फाइंड आउट करते हैं, राइट ना, जो पूरा इक्वेशन है वो हम स्ट्रेंथ फैक्टर के ऊपर विच इक्वेशन, लेविस इक्वेशन हम स्ट्रेंथ फैक्टर के ऊपर डिसाइड करते हैं, राइट? स्ट्रेंथ फैक्टर क्या होता है? स्टैटिक स्ट्रेस इनटू द लेविस फॉर्म फैक्टर y for pinion and static stress and Lewis form factor for gear, right? इसमें से जो भी स्मॉलर वैल्यू होगी वो डिसाइड करेगी कि will decide on which the WT has to be designed, right now. लेकिन अगर सिग्मा 0 दैट इज स्टैटिक स्ट्रेस की वैल्यू दी हुई नहीं है तो हम कुछ भी एज्यूम कर सकते हैं. हम या तो दोनों की भी वैल्यू, पिनियन और गियर का दोनों का भी सेम मटेरियल अज्यूम कर सकते हैं या फिर अलग अलग मटेरियल अज्यूम कर सकते हैं. अगर सेम मटेरियल अज्यूम करते हैं तो सिग्मा 0 तो दोनों का सेम रहेगा और yp और yg फॉर पिनियन जो भी वैल्यू रहेगी वो हम यहां पुट करके सॉल्व करेंगे। लेकिन अगर अलग अलग मटेरियल रहेगा फॉर पिनियन एंड फॉर गियर, इन दैट केस सिग्मा जीरो दैट इज स्टैटिक स्ट्रेस फॉर पिनियन अलग होगा और स्टैटिक स्ट्रेस फॉर गियर अलग होगा। इसके पहले वाला जो हमने क्वेश्चन किया था, इन दैट क्वेश्चन वी अज्यूम्ड the or it was given in the problem that both the pinion and gear are of same material. Now let us assume, since the problem is not stating anything about the materials of the pinion of the gear, here we are assuming, right? And it is dependent purely on me what things are to be assumed. I can assume both the pinion and gear of same material, but just for having variations in the problem which I am solving, I am assuming two different materials, right? So what I am assuming is the pinion is made of forged steel and the gear, that is the bigger one, is made of cast steel, है ना? This thing I am assuming that the pinion and gear are of different materials. Pinion is made of forged steel and gear is made of cast steel. Now it is, if it has to be assumed, I can assume anything, right? Now even I can assume that pinion and gear are made of same material, right? But only for bringing some variations in type of problems, I am assuming two cases, that pinion is made of forged steel and the gear is made of cast steel, right? And since sigma 0, that is static stress, is lesser for cast steel, so the static stress that is sigma 0 of cast steel has to be taken, right? And from design data book we get the static stress for cast steel is equal to 140 Newton per mm square, right? Static stress sigma 0 for cast steel equals to 140 Newton per mm square, right? Sigma 0 for cast steel. Now cast steel, this data has to be found from the design data book, right? We have static steel, static stress for different types of material. For cast steel, okay, sigma 0 of cast steel has to be taken, and for cast steel the value of sigma 0 is 140 Newton per mm square. So we have sigma 0, CV, B. Now regarding B, the problem is not stating anything about what B is or how much B is, but we have to assume something, right? So what we are assuming is assuming the face width B is 10 times of module, right? So we can substitute B in terms of module, pi, m and y. Now y has to be considered, right now, and this y, since we know that we are going for static stress of gear, the value, that is the tooth form factor for gear, has to be considered, right? That tooth form factor for gear, or the Lewis factor, we know that Lewis factor for 20-degree stub teeth, for 20-degree stub teeth, y will be equal to its relation in the very first video, or the derivation, during the derivation of the Lewis equation, we found the expression 2 to 3 expressions of y, and for 20 degree stub teeth y, the value of y is equal to 0.175 minus of 0.175 minus of 0.841 upon number of teeth, and since we are taking for gear, it should be number of teeth on gear. So we are finding yg, that is Lewis form factor for gear. Now yg, can I say that yg will be equal to 0.175 minus of 0.841 upon tg in terms of module? Can I say that module is nothing but equal to dg by tg, right? Or I can say that tg, that is number of teeth on gear, is nothing but equal to dg by m, and diameter of gear tg is equal to diameter of gear, pitch circle diameter of gear. We have found the pitch circle diameter of gear as 820 mm. So 820 mm upon module m. So the value of tg can be found, right? So now can I say that value of tg is 820 upon m, and bringing this m to numerator m, right? Now here it will get multiplied to the numerator. We get yg equals to 0.175 minus of this value as 0.001 times module. So we have yg as this much, right? Now since to use Lewis equation, one more thing we have to determine, and that is tangential load. We know that tangential load is determined with the help of power, right now. So can I say that the tangential load that is Wt is nothing but it is equal to power upon linear velocity v into the service factor Cs, right? Now service factor, value of service factor, when we assume, again service factor can be found from the design data book, but what we required to find out Cs is the load conditions and the working hours. Now the problem is not stating anything about how much load, what type of load is on the gear and how much is the working hours. So we are assuming that for steady load, and 8 to 10 hours, 8 to 10 say working hours, the value of Cs, that is service factor Cs, is 1. So the value of Cs we can substitute equals to 1. Now power, we are not given power, but we know that power in terms of torque is 2 pi nt upon 60, right? 2 pi nt upon 60 is your power upon linear velocity v. We know that linear velocity v will be equal to pi d n upon 60, right, into the service factor Cs, its value is 1, right? So now the thing is power, and we know that power, since we are transferring motion from the motor, can I say that it will be on gear, right? Now pitch circle diameter of gear, we will consider the pitch circle diameter of gear. Now can I say that 60 and 60 will get cancelled, pi and pi will get cancelled, n and n will get cancelled. So what expression do we have is nothing but Wt will be equal to, now 2 and this torque is nothing but maximum torque, right? Now, since we are designing for maximum torque, so Wt is equal to 2 into T max upon diameter of gear, right? So Wt is 2 into T max upon diameter of gear, and Wt is equal to 2 into maximum torque. Maximum torque we found as equal to 6250 Newton meter, 6250 Newton meters, and the diameter of gear upon diameter of gear. Diameter of gear is 820 mm. Now remember, the torque is in Newton meter, so we are substituting the value of diameter of gear in meters, and that will be equal to 0.820. So the value of Wt, that is tangential load, is equal to, upon calculation, 15244 15244 Newton is Wt, right? Okay, so we have the value of Wt. Now here we have got each and everything which we require to calculate Wt, right? Can we use the Lewis form factor to find out module, right? Now move forward and find the value of module by using the Lewis equation. We know that Lewis equation states that Wt is equal to static stress sigma 0 into Cv into B into pi into m into y, and y, that is Lewis tooth form factor of gear, is to be taken, that is yg. Wt, we have found Wt as 15244 Newton, 15244 Newton equals to sigma 0, that is static stress is 140 Newton per mm square, right? Okay, 140 Newton per mm square into Cv, the value of Cv is 0.26 into B, face width B, we have assumed B as equal to 10 times module, so it will be equal to 10 into module into yg. Now the value of yg, we found some expression for yg. Okay, I think I have rubbed it. The value of yg was equal to 0.175. How much? Okay, 0.175 minus 0.175 minus of 0.001 times module. So this was the whole value of yg, and when we solve all this, we get some expression as 15244 equals to 200 meter square, and this m and m will give m square, 200 meter square minus of 1.144 minus of 1.144 meter cube, right? Now m and multiplying with this m will give me m cube, right? So this is a cubic equation, and when we solve this equation using our calci or your scientific calculator, we must get the value of m, that is module. The value of m, that is module, by calculating on your calci using the equations mode, right, is equal to 8.95 mm, right? Now module is in mm, since we have remember this thing, we have substituted in meter square, m square, so this value should be in mm, so we get it m as 8.95, and taking the standard module, we get m equals to 8.95, we get module m equals to 10 mm, right? So the standard module is m equals to 10 mm. This was one of the things which we were supposed to find, m equals to 10 mm, right? Can I say that the face width, we have assumed phase width B equals to 10 times module. So the value of B will be equal to 10 times module is 10 mm. So the value of B will be 100 mm. That is your phase width. So we have the value of phase width B as 100 mm. Okay, we have dp, dg. The things which we are supposed to find is tp and tg, right? Now can I say that module m is equal to pitch circle diameter of gear upon number of teeth on gear? Now module m is equal to pitch circle diameter of gear upon number of teeth on gear. Now we know that the pitch circle diameter of gear is known to us, that is number of teeth on gear will be equal to pitch circle diameter of gear upon module. Now diameter of gear, since module is in mm, so number of teeth on gear will be 820 mm upon module 10. So can I say that number of teeth on gear is 82? There are 82 teeth on the gear, that is 82 teeth. Now we have to find out the number of teeth on pinion. We also know that velocity ratio is equal to number of teeth on gear Tg upon number of teeth on pinion Tp, right? Velocity ratio we have as 4.5. So this is your velocity ratio. Velocity ratio is 4.5. 4.5 equals to Tg. Tg value of Tg is 82 upon Tp is to be determined. So the value of number of teeth on pinion will be 82 upon 4.5. Calculate this value. Tp equals to, now this value of Tp is homework for you, right? So determine the value of Tp. That was your final thing to be determined, right? Okay, so do calculate this value, practice this problem, and the value of Tp, please comment the right answer in the comment box, right? Okay, thank you.